Bonsoir, bonsoir, chers amis. C'est Deaso et on se retrouve aujourd'hui pour ce 474e épisode, je crois, ce Genshin Impact. Et on est en train de faire un peu de pêche au village d'Aru. J'ai trouvé le coin de pêche. Yes. On a trouvé le coin de pêche. C'est toujours un succès. Hop, on a pêché quelques médacas. Puis on va se lancer dans la suite de l'acte 4 de la quête d'Archon. Hop. Les médacas rouges. On en a déjà pêché des tonnes. Mais c'est ce qui part aussi le plus vite. Si elle serait pas devenue nuit là. Bref. Ah, donc je l'ai indiqué sur la carte. Donc on est en dessous du village d'Aru, comme vous pouvez le voir. Et nous avons un ascenseur. C'est merveilleux. Remontons. Oui, évidemment, ascenseur qu'on n'a pas utilisé pour descendre. Pour descendre, évidemment, le planeur fait toujours office de loi. On a une grosse maison là-bas. Mais c'est pas là qu'on va. Oups. Il y a cet endroit qui est intéressant aussi. Il y a quand même pas mal d'eau. Bref. On se retrouve donc aujourd'hui au village d'Aru pour... Bah... Tu peux en dire ceci. Hop. Un gyrocristal radiant. Comme dit, on se retrouve donc aujourd'hui au village d'Aru pour la suite de cet acte 4. Voilà, qu'on fasse le tour. Hop. Hop, 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 hop. On va donc retrouver le gardien du village disparu. On va donc retrouver Deia entre 6h et 12h. Hop. Tic, 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 tic. Allons voir Deia qui est juste au-dessus. On aurait dû se téléporter en fait. On aurait dû se téléporter, mais bref. Hop, 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 hop. Voilà. Ah oui. Merde. Faut lever le familier. Oh, il est pas dans la cinématique. Deia, nous voilà.
Right on time.
T'as obtenu des résultats?
We'll know any moment now.
Je pense que ça ne devrait plus tarder.
Hyman's been wondering. You seem to know Candace pretty well. Have you been friends for a long time?
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she never misuses her powers against others.
Oh, Hyman knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight outside the ring.
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind of responsibility. Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well, Paimon thinks you're great too.
Really? Thanks for that.
Oh, Sino's here, and he's pretty early too.
Yes. I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Oh, you mean you taught Candace some more persuasive methods?
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
Ah. Bon. Le piaf n'était pas de la cinématique, mais on va le retirer quand même. Hop. Entrons dans cette magnifique maison de chef de village. On pourrait aller parler au... On pourrait aller parler à madame.
Candace, where... Whoa, you look furious.
Do I? Huh. What gave it away?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners of your mouth.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
Yes, ma'am.
Bien sûr.
Please, don't beat us anymore. We're gonna die.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
Au grand maître et les grands disciples.
You fear death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate to place the lives of others at risk. The absurdity is mind-boggling. The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community, and some even count them as family. You come here, to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal. Tell me, what would you do to you in my position?
Mercy! Please, have mercy!
You've made your bed.
We may both be desert dwellers, but there is one thing that I understand better than you. The resurrection of the Scarlet King will only result in war. And war serves no one. The people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough and tiring, but we wish to preserve our way of life. A war would only cause us to lose all that we have. And that is not a responsibility that you can afford to shoulder.
We understand. We're sorry. I'll tell you everything I know. Please, just let us go.
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading rumors in the tavern. That's how we ended up hearing about the Scarlet King's resurrection. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in the Scarlet King's resurrection. They give their lives, and we can get anything we wish for.
They're called Village Keepers. Slip up again, and you'll regret it.
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread word about the Scarlet King's resurrection and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help facilitate the resurrection process.
Où sont les gardiens du village?
I'm not sure.
That's one.
Huh? One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then, you die by my hand.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. It was all him.
2.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the village. Then the mystery guy takes them from there. You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them if you don't believe me.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
As-tu une idée de l'identité de ce personnage mystérieux?
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another beating to keep his secrets. No way. That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face. He calls himself the Scarlet King's envoy.
I believe I may know what's going on.
Uncle Anpu? What do you mean?
Smooth.
Okay, speak.
If my suspicions are correct, this mystery man they speak of could be from the academia. Some time ago, people from the academia attempted to take the village keepers away. I refused, insisting that they are part of our community. It strikes me now that this secretive character shares the same goal they had.
Which means it's highly likely that the academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the radicals into delivering the village keepers right into their hands. They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now they're trying to take them back? We aren't gonna let that happen.
Not the academia again.
Sur mes roues, c'est Aria avait dit que...
Just as I thought.
voilà, elle avait dit que l'Académie avait répandu la rumeur de la résurrection du roi des Shrettes.
But what could they want with the village keepers?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the academia. A change in their plans likely means they found another way to exploit the scholars. Regardless, our top priority now is locating the village keepers.
You're right. Isak is still waiting for news on his grandpa.
Time to go. Let's leave the village and try to track them down.
Yes. Pack up and get ready to leave.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave everything outside the village to us.
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone's ready.
Voilà. Bon, je pense que Sino s'est occupé d'eux comme ça au moins et comme ça qu'il n'ait pas les informations. Uncle Anpu.
I just hope everyone's all right.
You look worried. Thinking about the village keepers?
Yes. I'd look for them myself if I could. As members of our village, each one of them is very important to me.
You have a strong sense of belonging here. I guess I'm the opposite. Mercs are stray dogs, wherever they go.
Dia, don't say that. You can be a part of this community too.
Thanks. I'll let you know when I feel like joining.
Sino.
What scheme is the academia brewing now?
Bon, on se doutait un peu que c'était l'académie ou les fatuits derrière l'académie qui cherchaient à faire quelque chose. Hein. Pourquoi ils ont besoin de gens pour leur projet?
Let's get some food in us and then we'll... Woo!
Paimon qui s'effraie.
Where did you come from?
Well, as you can see, I am merely sitting here and reviewing what we have deduced thus far.
You were gone for ages, and now you're suddenly sitting here musing to yourself? Where have you been anyway? Hey, what's with the silence?
You never think things through before asking questions. I'm giving you some time to make up for that.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname!
Vas-y, je ne t'en empêcherai pas. Oh là là. Le surnom moche de Paimon, le retour. Après Venti. Après Jinkyu. Après Arataki Ito. Ce sera autour d'ALHAITHAM. Vas-y, je ne t'en empêcherai pas. Fais-nous plaisir, Paimon. Ah non.
Never mind. Paimon's got nothing.
Paimon échoue. Non. Déception.
There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy. It makes it so hard.
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. so clearly I stayed in the village to investigate. Anyway, you plan to leave Aru Village and keep searching for the truth of this matter, yes?
Yep. We're not gonna find out anything more by staying here, so we thought that we might as well take the search elsewhere. Enough with the silent treatment!
Vous êtes encore en train de nous donner du temps pour réfléchir?
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
ALHAITHAM, you haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village. Bold of you to question our choices.
C'est vrai.
Yeah, you're all talk!
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which I've now finished.
Really? Paimon doesn't believe you.
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my whereabouts. Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important information that you all had missed.
Huh? Right here in the village?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But before that, you need to understand where she's coming from.
What does that mean?
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing? In other words, do you truly believe every single word the villagers tell us?
You mean some of them lied to us?
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying. Again, these people have their reasons. Remember what Candace said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of Sumeru. That's because whether the Scarlet King or the Dendro Archon has power is of little significance to them.
Bah, en l'occurrence, il n'y en a aucun des deux qui a du pouvoir. Hein.
By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. That's why you believed there was no further information to be found in this village.
Ça veut dire que les indices se trouvent auprès des gens que nous avons rencontrés.
Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been observing your every move since you arrived. The reason being, to someone who only wants to live their life in peace, any external factors introduce unpredictability into the equation.
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's authority and strength.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars.
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are Scarlet King fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly towards the village keepers, she could easily make herself the Radicals' next target.
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night.
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement in anything that occurs at night.
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru Village at night. In other words, the young miss was very much awake during that time.
Then why would she lie?
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself. As for why she might be so wary about all this, maybe you should ask her.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me. If so, it's best if I stay out of this.
We're on it!
Bon, cherchez Shani. Bon, let's go. Bonjour. On a frappé à la porte.
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier, I've brought someone with me.
Mr. ALHAITHAM, I'm aware of where you stand, but how can I make sure that your friends think the same as you?
Huh? What do you mean? We need to clarify our stance or something?
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the answers you want. Go on. Earn her trust.
Is it really that simple?
May I call you Traveler?
Bien entendu, bonjour mademoiselle Shani.
Hi, Traveler. I want to ask you something. Do you think the resurrection of the Scarlet King can truly change Sumeru for the better?
Non.
Why's that?
Parce que cela amènerait la guerre.
That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know you two are friends. That's why I'm willing to talk to you, even though I do have some reservations. Before, I wouldn't even have the courage to ask something like this. Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
Je peux pas vous le promettre, mais j'y travaille.
Yeah, we came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. And we aren't really residents of any one nation. But even so, we've met lots of people from different places, and we've always fought for what we believed in. We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them. That's why we decided to stay here for a while.
I want to trust you. My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back for more information.
ALHAITHAM told us you have your reasons. It's okay. We understand.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. I don't really fit in anywhere in Sumeru. Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in the Scarlet King. I don't belong to either side, and neither side would want me.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone who's different from them is a traitor?
Yeah. Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes to bloodline and beliefs. It makes no difference what I say or how I behave. I'll always be suspected of having ulterior motives.
Ben ça, de toute façon, que ce soit des histoires de croyances ou quoi que ce soit, ou de poste ou de travail, ce sera toujours comme ça. Hein.
Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or see anything. All I want is to live my life in peace. And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation, and I didn't dare breathe a word about it to anyone. Until now.
You can tell them. I'm sure she'll keep your secret.
All right. I'll tell you what I told ALHAITHAM. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes, I hear strange crying sounds in the night.
There are ghosts?
Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint, but it's definitely the sound of crying. It comes from far away in the distance, and always carries very raw emotion. It used to be louder and more frequent, but ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often, and when it does, it's much quieter. I have to focus really hard to make it out.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar sounds at night. But, because we're in the middle of a desert, he would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
Pouvez-vous déterminer l'origine du bruit?
There's really nothing around these parts, except for an old hospital not far from the village.
Ah.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been abandoned for years.
Allons faire un tour dans cet hôpital.
Yeah, let's go!
bien sûr. Bah là, elle attrape bien un bon endroit pour cacher des gens. Ah tiens, Dar al-Shifa. Bah, on a bien fait dans les derniers épisodes de faire un peu d'exploration. On va pouvoir s'y rendre plus facilement. Un TP là-bas? Non. Non, non, non. Tiens, tiens, tiens. Dar al-Shifa sans vie. No. Trop impatient, je le clique partout. Ah oui, déjà, le tour de trahison, on l'avait même pas regardé. Dans l'obélisque se dresse ici depuis la mort du roi des Shrettes. Les habitants du désert les appellent les tours de trahison et considèrent comme des symboles de honte qui rappellent constamment le fait que les rois du désert avaient rompu le serment avec le roi des Shrettes. La véritable histoire de ces obélisques pourrait remonter à une période précédant celle de ces royaumes éphémères du désert, mais elle est malheureusement depuis longtemps oubliée. La Dar al-Shifa sans vie. Hopital, nommé d'après une prière pour les habitants patients, il est maintenant plus l'hôte des silhouettes occupées des médecins et des rires joyeux de ceux qui ont récupéré, laissant place qu'à des restes délabrés. Il y a des gens.
A reward on the road.
Oh, is this the place? It's in terrible shape, and there's sand everywhere. Ah, monsters, watch out! Windblade! No escape!
Oups. Ah bah tiens.
Embrace the ice. No one escapes my whirling snow. Let's dance. My apologies.
Allez.
Take flight.
Une belle statue de glace.
Let it rain. Windblade. Sakura swirl.
Et hop là, rip.
They were easier to deal with than Paimon had expected.
Tu t'attendais à quel genre d'adversaire?
Super strong bandits? Or monsters taller than buildings dropping Or, you know, something like that. He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
This is the one. Let's go in and take a look.
Oui, la beauté de l'hôpital abandonné de fond en comble.
Hey, ALHAITHAM, we haven't found squat. Are you sure we aren't wasting our time here?
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn. Until then, I'm taking a break.
And just like that, he sits down. Wait, he even brought a book to read? What are you reading? Let Paimon see!
Okay, sure.
The natural position, which is the positional propensity of an entity in natural motion in contrast with an object in forced motion? Huh? When free from external influences, every entity displays the tendency to follow its natural trajectory?
J'aime bien la tête que la voyageuse elle fait à chaque fois. Je secoue la tête comme ça.
So, you got that?
Pourquoi trébuches-tu sur les mots, Paimon?
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya. How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this.
Je devrais peut-être en profiter moi aussi pour t'instruire un peu. C'est peut-être temps aussi que pour toi de grandir et de faire des études.
Hey, Paimon's your Tibet travel guide. Paimon knows plenty of useful stuff already. And anyway, it's not Paimon's fault that the books people read in Sumeru are so complicated.
Ça va, Paimon, tu es la meilleure. Et la nuit tombe plutôt rapidement.
Paimon's getting so sleepy. Huh? What was that sound?
There it is. It's coming from that direction.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
Oui, on voit juste une grosse trappe.
It's from below.
But there's no way we can get down there.
Something is off about the interior here.
Voilà.
As I thought, there's a hidden structure.
Wow. It's like they tucked another hospital into this one. Oh, it looks like there are other mechanisms around here. Let's keep exploring.
Examiner les stèles et les élémentaires autour de l'hôpital. Ah, tiens. Non, on peut pas ouvrir l'ancien casier. Au moins, jetons un petit coup d'œil comme ça dedans. Mais ils ont rien donné. Bref. Ils n'ont peut-être rien donné, mais il nous faut quelqu'un qui maîtrise l'élément d'Andro. Heureusement que nous avons quelqu'un avec nous qui a ce genre de capacité. Là-bas aussi. Ah. Nope. Pas sur R, mais sur T qu'il fallait appuyer. Soleil, t'arrives pas à sortir? Bon, ouais, quand même. Hop là. Dernier là-bas. Oh les anguilles! Non, ils nous ont échappé! Des anguilles ont fui! Comment aussi? Bon, on devrait lui partir du principe effectivement que les prochains ennemis ce seraient pas les animaux. On devrait les préférer. Honnêtement. Vas-y, Colin, Anbar. Un moins. Et le deuxième. Désolé. Hop, on reprend l'équipe Ayaka. Hop là. Pour l'instant, ils ne font pas aller bien loin dans le désert, hein, je trouve. Avis d'urgence. Patient. Abbas. Homme. 23 ans. Il a un grain de beauté sur le côté gauche de son front, et il est gaucher. Donné l'extrême gravité de sa maladie, il sera difficile de survivre, et sans les soins d'un médecin spécialisé, la vie du patient, pour découvert, veuillez nous en informer immédiatement. Ne perdez pas espoir et restez positif. Sachez que nous sommes sous le regard des dieux, n'abandonnez jamais. Le reste du document est trop vieux et détruit pour être déchiffré. Pas de la semaine. Moi j'ai bien travaillé, reposez-vous régulièrement et gardez le moral. Lundi, soupe de pois menthe, tachin pour le déjeuner, crevettes au curry et panipuri pour le dîner. Mardi, salade biryani, déjeuner, poisson à la crème et bateau patate, dîner. Mercredi, shakshuka et gâteau aux haricots, déjeuner. Le reste est vide. En cas d'urgence, contactez immédiatement le médecin de garde. Lundi, Ibrahim. Mardi... on sait pas. Mercredi, Amoudi. Le reste est vide. Le vieux vase. En regardant par le culot, on peut apercevoir une tige noire laissée du vase, qui a probablement été utilisée autrefois pour insérer des fleurs. Les mots « pour Avin » sont inscrits sur le fond du vase. Il semble que cela ait été un cadeau destiné à un certain Avin.
Look, there's someone over there.
Restons prudents.
Good idea. Let's approach him slowly without alarming him.
Wait. You're...
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused. But he looks too young to be anyone's grandfather. Also, why is he the only one here?
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the Academia.
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind that holes up in a forest and mumbles stuff about training?
No. And that's the problem. Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada life.
Alors, comment est-il devenu comme ça?
Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being here alone means that we might be too late. Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. Perhaps they simply didn't have time to come back for him. There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with something heavy.
Loaded with people?
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry, as if they were afraid of being caught. In their haste, they failed to notice Razak hiding in a corner. The symptoms are identical. Looks like we found living proof.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Allow me to jog your memory. Recall your time at Port Ormos. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Si. Cet ermite fou.
Oh, now that you mention it, they're acting the same way.
Correct. The Academia is behind all of this. It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the Academia spread a false rumor of the Scarlet King's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keepers, the mad scholars who were exiled to Aru Village. These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based in Aru Village leapt into action. Unbeknownst to them, of course, through rounding up the scholars, they were actually helping the Academia. As well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends, this scheme has one further advantage to the Academia. All the risks and responsibilities are offloaded onto the Scarlet King's followers. Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since the Scarlet King's death all those years ago. Beneath the surface, feelings of desperation are widespread. Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Anyone looking to exploit that for their own ends simply needs to make a few empty promises. Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of the Scarlet King, and look for no further explanation than differences of belief. A deep-seated mistrust of the desert and everyone in it by the rest of Sumeru will make sure of that. The notion of an Academia plot wouldn't even cross their minds. It may seem like a simple strategy, but it is able to work wonders under Sumeru's current circumstances.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's in line with the village chief's theory, too. But there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the academia that brought the scholars to Aru Village in the first place? Why does it want them to—
Throughout this process, one thing has changed. The scholar's identity. First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. And finally, they become missing persons.
Je vois.
An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone becomes a missing person, that is brought into question. If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them. That makes missing people an ideal resource.
Resource? For what exactly?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be extracted into knowledge capsules.
Extracted? You mean canned knowledge comes from people's brains?
With the technology of the Sumeru Academia, it's entirely possible. Perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out in the dead of night when no one is watching them.
So, the human brain... Nope, nah, Hyman doesn't want to think about this.
Comment connaissez-vous l'existence de telles technologies?
I'm the Academia scribe, after all. I'm familiar with their projects. Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted from his mind. But something went wrong in the process. Or perhaps his curiosity got the better of him, and he used such a capsule for himself.
Hyman's a little confused. Can they just use anyone's brain?
Non, ce n'est pas ça. La plupart des chercheurs qui ont perdu la tête ont été au contact de la conscience divine dans la forêt. C'est ça que recherche l'Académie. On pourrait même dire que ces connaissances sont liées au fait, oui, à Dottore et à Scaramuccia. Elles sont utilisées pour transformer Scaramuccia en divinité.
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer.
L'Académie a besoin de gens qui ont été en contact avec la conscience divine.
That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting canned knowledge is just one of the extreme measures they turn to. However, I can't help but wonder, what do they seek to gain from divine knowledge? The Academia is going out of their way to look for forbidden knowledge, but what is their ultimate goal? I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine knowledge capsule, but to no avail. It seems like my way of thinking is too different from theirs.
You mean you're not even slightly interested in getting your hands on this forbidden stuff?
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge, but I'm not particularly interested in gods, so I don't share their degree of zealotry. Extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects? If this is the direction of academic progress, then the Academia may as well shut its doors.
Sounds like you're really against all this.
Of course. The Academia's actions run contrary to their rules. Whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. If those lines are crossed, the rules and order that govern everything in the world will be destroyed. This matter needs to be corrected, just like fixing a typo in a book.
Wait, didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those poor people?
Not to be callous, but no. My criteria are a little more restrictive than that. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat as well. What do you plan to do about that? Save every last person?
Probably not. Paimon's not sure.
Les motivations sont particulières et personnelles.
You can say that. Simply put, I don't blindly place my faith into strength or heroism. I do what I want. The divine knowledge capsule is something I want to investigate in full. That doesn't mean I'm willing to take action for the sake of a few strangers.
Il rejette la notion de responsabilité morale et accepte que l'on puisse agir radicalement pour son propre intérêt. Peut-être que cela vaut mieux d'avoir quelqu'un comme ça de son côté.
Hyman's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weirdo.
Tu n'es pas un mauvais type, tu es plutôt un type bizarre.
You're probably right. Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being the odd one out. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed. If only Miss Shani had a similar mindset, her life would definitely be a lot easier.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. There's nothing more to it than that.
Au fait, que va-t-on faire de lui?
He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us. We'll work out our next step after we return to Aru Village.
Bon. Comme vous vous en rendez très certainement compte, l'épisode commence à toucher à sa fin. Et qui a été volé par une belette masquée. Oh. On va finir de fouiller cet endroit, puis on va retourner au village d'Aharu pour rejoindre les autres. Là, il y a le vase qu'on a fouillé. Continuons là. C'est la poussiéreuse. Un nom est inscrit sur le bol. Hakim. C'est vrai difficile d'imaginer que ce pot de terre sale était autrefois utilisé pour le sucre. Il n'avait pas les mots arbase, abasse et sucrier qui allaient à travers au niveau de la bouche du pot. Un nom est inscrit sur le bol. Avine. Bon, on a fait le tour. Il ne reste plus qu'une seule chose. Que caches-tu? Une clé ancienne. Utilisée. Je sais pas quel trésor on va trouver ici. Le placard est rempli de cahiers. Vous les parcourez. Il semble être des documents d'hôpital tels que des dossiers médicaux et des registres comptables. Fermez le placard avec déception. Et dire que je m'attendais à trouver un trésor unique là-dedans. J'aurais même préféré que ce soit un de ces tonneaux ou coffres en bois qu'on voit dans nos aventures. Au moins, il y a des choux et de la volaille à l'intérieur. Et qu'est-ce que c'est? On dirait que c'est tombé de là. Voyons voir, peut-être qu'il y a un indice qui mène à un trésor. Nom des passions, sexe masculin, profession agriculteur, état à l'admission. La peau et l'extrémité des membres est recouverte de croûtes écailleuses, multiples ulcères sur le dos, la poitrine et d'autres surfaces corporelles, faiblesse des membres et de la mobilité observée. Signe malgré des signes de fatigue mentale, d'insomnie et de perte d'appétit. Médecin responsable, Amoudi. Première semaine d'hospitalisation. De nouvelles croûtes se sont développées aux extrémités des membres et des recherches sont étendues. Impossible d'utiliser le bras gauche endolori. Ici, malgré les signes d'insomnie, médecin responsable Amoudi. Ouais, ok, troisième semaine d'hospitalisation. Les croûtes squameuses se sont propagées sur toute la surface du corps et de nombreux ulcères sont devenus nécrotiques. Le patient est tombé dans le coma. La nécrose des ulcères a été contrôlée et aucune nouvelle croûte ne s'est formée. Le patient est dans le coma. C'est responsable. Les plaies causées par la thérapie de remplacement n'ont pas cicatrisé, même après un long moment. Aucune nouvelle croûte n'est apparue sur le corps. Les membres sont affaiblis et le patient ne peut rien saisir avec. Il y a également de la fièvre et des vomissements. Malgré des signes de fatigue mentale et d'insomnie, ainsi que la possibilité de manger. Les croûtes sur le corps ont été maîtrisées et la fonction des membres restaurée. Ils sont tous du sang de manière chronique et est sujet aux évanouissements. Il est en bonne santé mentale. Qualité du sommeil et appétit normaux. Médecin responsable. Ouah, les lézards a vraiment d'être quelque chose d'horrible. Que dit l'autre document? Petit traitement à basse, ouais. Médecin responsable, aucune idée. État du sujet. Après 20 semaines de traitement, la nouvelle peau et le nouveau bras gauche du spécimen 4 ont bien récupéré. Une amélioration de l'appétit et du sommeil. Le mental aussi au-dessus de la plage normale. Il y a eu plusieurs tentatives de sortie de la zone protégée. La voix de Dieu me guide a été la raison donnée par le sujet pour son comportement aux tendances délirantes. Cette voix de Dieu qui dit entendre pourrait être liée au phénomène de vibration présent dans la structure topographique interne des dunes. Le sujet doit être étudié pour se débarrasser d'une éventuelle interférence qui ne peut être contrôlée. Il faut renforcer les soins. Une phase de l'expérience commence à montrer des débuts de résultats. La phase suivante, cible, les organes du spécimen 4. Après un examen approfondi, le spécimen 3 s'avère être le meilleur sujet de test pour la troisième phase de l'expérience. Il est nécessaire avant mise en œuvre de le vomissement continu et sur la peau sur les éphémères sont des phénomènes normaux. Doit être préparé à l'avance pour maintenir la circulation du spécimen 4. Une semaine d'observation est nécessaire après la fin des opérations basiques de La prochaine phase de l'expérience pourra être exécutée si l'on observe une activité physiologique normale et observée chez les organes, une diminution du taux de détérioration des plaies superficielles et la restauration de la fonction des membres. Remarque du médecin. Tous les spécimens avaient un point commun. La teneur en éléments dans le corps était anormalement élevée, positivement corrélée à la gravité de la maladie. Après l'expérience, les niveaux d'éléments présents dans le corps ont diminué et les symptômes rapportés se sont atténués. Il est raisonnable de supposer l'existence d'une relation causale entre les niveaux d'éléments et les hasards. Davantage d'expériences contrôlées devraient être réalisées pour exclure les facteurs redondants. Remarque. Le processus d'enrichissement de la teneur en éléments du corps humain peut être maintenu d'une manière dynamique. Après avoir terminé les premières expériences sur une courte période, les indicateurs corporels du spécimen 1 sont revenus à des valeurs normales. Dans l'espace précédente, en raison du non-achèvement de le niveau d'éléments présents dans le corps de l'échantillon est remonté, aggravant les symptômes et menant à une du spécimen. Impossible d'en réutiliser les matériaux. Leçon. Il nous faut préparer pour des expériences à long terme. Arrêtons pas tant que les symptômes de ces spécimens ne se sont pas stabilisés. Une tentative est possible pour supprimer En raison d'un atelier d'expérience, il est obligatoire de trouver un moyen de stabiliser les émotions du spécimen. La méthode réduit considérablement le taux de rejet des matériaux. Les spécimens 2 et 3 ont débloqué une instabilité mentale en raison de leur prédisposition rudimentaire et de leur association avec tendance à attribuer leur maladie à une punition divine. Selon eux, utiliser comme méthode de guérison est considéré comme un blasphème, une idée intéressante. La neurostimulisation et des changements cognitifs qui en résultent pourraient faire l'objet de futures recherches. Dans des facteurs incontrôlables mentionnés ci-dessus, ces spécimens ont été arrêtés à la phase 2. Regrettable décision. Les matériaux qu'ils fournissaient étaient de la plus haute qualité jusqu'à présent. Il est raisonnable de penser que la performance parfaite du spécimen 4 est liée à la qualité du matériau fourni par ces deux spécimens. Lorsque l'expérience en 3 phases sera terminée et que les symptômes et les signes de maladie au sein du spécimen 4 auront disparu, il sera probablement possible de prouver les éléments suivants. La teneur d'éléments du corps humain peut être contrôlée par sans dépendre de l'énergie élémentaire et présente le potentiel d'être utilisée comme une arme. Les discussions de recherche sur devraient être intensifiées. Les êtres humains ont un potentiel infini. Dire cela en tant que chercheur pourrait sembler idiot. Mais avec suffisamment d'informations, nous pourrons peut-être atteindre le niveau du dieu dont parle le sujet. Je ne comprends rien. Peut-être est-il préférable de ne pas comprendre. Hein? Tu as compris? Tout ce que j'ai réussi à comprendre, c'est que quelque chose qui parlait d'une voix de divinité qui montre la voie. Pourrait-il vraiment y avoir une voix étrange ici qui guide les pas? Qui guide les gens? Peut-être qu'il s'agit de veines d'eau souterraines ou d'activités de créatures. Oui, qui sait? Il y a peut-être des ruines sous terre. Si on entend des bruits, on n'aura qu'à aller voir. Les gens ne veulent pas mentionner son nom, ni se souvenir de ses paroles ou de ses actes. Bref, on va donc se laisser là-dessus, chers amis. J'espère que cet épisode vous aura plu. Il a été long. On se retrouve donc bientôt pour la suite. On va aller retrouver tout le monde au village d'Aharu. Et en attendant, je vous souhaite à toutes et à tous une très bonne journée. Je vous dis au revoir et à bientôt, chers amis. Ciao.